Hi, Alan Cooper, Desert Military Boots unboxing and initial review. So I wanted to try out some local boots and to see how the quality was. And so I bought these. Not very expensive, but not very cheap also. Available online. So I'll quickly just unbox and see as to what I've got for myself. So this is the packaging. Alan Cooper, black and yellow. It also says free one pair of socks. So which is something good. Free one pair of socks worth rupees 109. Scheme valid till stocks last. Okay, so which side does it open? It opens this way, yes. Sizing information, yes. Sizing information is color beige, MRP, size UK 10. I had tried a similar pair of boots, not in this variant, but a different variant, but a similar boot in a store, and I found that the sizes were slightly on the larger sides. So even though my size in fact is a 10.5, I'm sure this will fit me. So this is how the boot is inside. And on first look, I'm impressed with the design. I hope the quality is good also. So these are the boots up front, side, back, again side. Okay, I think initially only I found a flaw with the boot. Some of the pasting is coming off. I'll have to immediately paste it myself before it comes out any further. I luckily have some super glue with me, so that will do the trick hopefully. Initial impressions of the boot, the quality of the leather is good. It's a soft toe. It's got some guarantee for safety, comfort and style. All our products are made from the finest material. Allied to modern manufacturing methods, we will replace any article where faulty materials or manufacture causes defects to occur subject to genuineness of complaint. Regular cleaning of upper insole when wet, dry carefully and avoid direct heat. Polish regularly, never wear damaged shoes, store in dry condition only. Okay, so what I have noticed is this outsole, although it is stitched up front and should be holding, is still slightly, ever so slightly, there is a very light gap which is occurring here. Ideally, this should not be happening. This should be pasted properly. I think I'll paste it myself. Or if I'm convinced that it's not going to open, otherwise I'll have to return the boot or exchange for a new one. But apart from that, the quality of the boot is really nice. Okay, so what I've done is I've tried to paste the outsole myself, which I think has been a mistake because it is not binding properly. As you can see, the paste is spreading on the leather and it's not binding very nicely with the sole, which is not a good thing. Also, this will leave a mark which I'll have to remove subsequently. I very much wanted to like this boot and not return it, so I tried to paste it myself, which has been a mistake. So, although the design of the boot, I'll come to the design of the boot subsequently, but yes, although the design of the boot is good, they have made a good design. The stitching seems to be okay, but however, the pasting is not good, and that remains a problem with the local manufacturers as of yet. From the boots that are available from local manufacturers in the market as of yet, I think this is one of the best, if not the best, which is available there in the market. I'll just cover the salient aspects. So the outsole, as you can see, is a rubber outsole. It's got a decent thickness to it, which is good for any military boot. That means even though there might be some wearing on the outsole, but the thickness will prevent the EVA from coming into contact with the ground. The rear of the boot, you'll find that the outsole has been pasted till quite high on the heel, and then there is this rubber also which is put in the heel, plus the angle is slightly inwards, which will keep the heel in place once the boot is worn. Similarly, up front also, the EVA is right up till the outsole is right up till the toe area, which is good, and is also been stitched, which will add to the life of the boot and compensate for the pasting to some extent. At the rear also it has been stitched, so this is also good for longevity of the boot. The outsole is mildly aggressive. It doesn't have very steep ridges, which is always good because that helps in shedding off any mud that is caught in between, which is a good aspect. However, that said, this will still hold on to mud. It will not shed mud completely. That I think has to be clarified ab initio. Also, like any good decent military boot, it's got a EVA midsole. This is the EVA up front and behind, and in the central part the outsole comes up to the boot of the boot. This also creates a separation between the toe and the heel, and a separation is always good because this is it gives you a certain amount of grip when you're climbing ladders. This boot, I can immediately recognize that the design reminds me of Magnum boots, which were available in the market much earlier, many years before. The design is very similar to those boots. These Magnum boots are not available in the market anymore, but the design now is very reminiscent, especially the sole pattern, not the other parts of the boot, but the sole pattern is very similar to those which I remember seeing online many years ago. And also in the US, similar boots with the similar sole pattern design are being sold in the name of NORTIV, Nortive boots. So these are similar to those. Pricing is also similar. The quality of leather that I find used is pretty good. The EVA should give decent amount of impact protection and comfort, and primary reason because of which I bought this boot is the good amount of EVA that they've used here. The quality of leather is also good, and the color was also not very sandish. It is more towards brown or a beige, which is always good. They do have a side zip. Let's see if the side zip works properly or not. It does. It does have YKK branding also, but the way the branding is done, it looks fake, if I may be quite honest. Otherwise, the zipper is synthetic, or it's a plastic zip, not a metallic zip. The eyelets are all metallic up front, and on top is also metallic, but on top they've given loops, which is always a good thing. The lace material is a mix of synthetic and cotton. It feels like it's got more of synthetic though, which is always good for longevity of the boot. Okay, it's got an insole also, and a very soft insole, so I'm sure this is going to be very comfortable. It also has this mesh finish on the boot, which is going to aid in evaporation of perspiration. Not a very high quality or a very this is slightly more on the dense side, so it will not be very effective. But yes, more like a winter boot. This material is quite thick. This mesh could have been slightly thinner. That would have aided perspiration better. On the inside, they've given this tab so that you can clip it and close the zip. After you close the zip, you can just clip it in place and it will stay there. So this is a new addition that I find. The rear of the boot, for some reason I find all modern military boots have these rear is slightly lower than the front, which I don't particularly like, but this is there everywhere, so nothing can be done about it. But still, I'll say this is a 8-inch military boot, so it's quite okay. So I'll say I'm quite happy with the look and the design of the boot. However, the quality of pasting is where I feel let down, and I might have made a mistake by trying to already take corrective action on the boot. So I'll just see if I have to return this or retain it. Thank you.